Hello friends, welcome to my channel Sushant. Today we are at the next topic, that is all about exchanging. We are at the 12th example of our topic. Through this topic we try to understand when and how the exchanges happen. So what are the rules of exchanging basically. So this was the position here. We can see that it's an endgame position. Material is balanced, but black is way more active than white. Generally, it is considered that during the endgame, the development advantage may not be a decisive factor. But whenever rooks are active, like here d7 and c8, both rooks are active as compared to the white rook on h1 and a1. a1 has not even managed to develop. Then in such a case, the power and the value of active pieces are definitely more. Many people question what happens if the rook is active. Well, if the rook is active, it gets to the open file. Next, it tries to enter the 7th rank. Okay, so here we come to the concept of invading the 7th rank. So now what happens here, we see that white has got only one active piece, the bishop on d3, which guards c2 and it itself blocks the d file. c1 bishop is still struggling to come out because bishop on g7 just is b2. So here black embarks on a simple strategy which we discussed before. Whenever we see that opponent has only one active piece, we try to trade it even if our piece is somewhat more active than his. So taking that rule into consideration, black goes with the move bishop c4. Simple yet brilliant. See the first tactical point, if bishop c4, which is almost forced, because we see that after ke2, bd3, cd, either rook c2 or first bb2, rook c2 check, winning the pawn on b2, and d3 will be weak in that case. So after bc4, rook c4, if c3 to guard c2, then rook c3. Small yet elegant tactics. bc, bishop c3 check, and the a1 rook is lost. Bishop c4, c3 allows rook c3, and we are compelling now white to go in for a worse position. So after bc4, white had to play the move rook h3, forced. Now we see that white has still two developed pieces against black's 4, and now black makes an exchange. Bishop d3, rook d3. Well, we may say the h1 rook got actually traded for d7, but at a price, and the price is entry into the 7th rank. So rook takes d3, c takes d3, and rook c2. Severe damage is caused in the position already. White is struggling a lot. Bishop e3 will allow the b pawn to be taken. King cannot come to d1 because of rook f2. So white has to play rook b1. White's pieces have become really passive now. Now comes another blow, bishop d4. Now the position is almost decisive. White tries to bail himself out by giving the pawn in the best possible way. If bishop e3 here, then bishop takes e3, f takes c3, rook g2. Position is totally losing because rook g1 check and the rook would be traded. At the most, white can get that, and the king and pawn endgame would be lost. So white decided to go bd2. After rook b2, trade the rooks and enter the bishop endgame, which gives him at least some chance. And we can make out that within 7-8 moves, black's position has become winning. So the exchange of bishop and the rooks has landed black in a winning bishop endgame now. I will not go into detailed analysis of this bishop endgame. Just whenever necessary, I will show the points, and we will just complete the game to understand how black won. Bishop e3 attacking a7, a6. In the same colored bishops, we generally try to put the pawns on the other color of the bishop. kd2, king f8. Black king intends to come to d5 or c6, whichever square he gets to occupy. King c2, be5, kb3, ke8, kc4, kd7, kc5, bc7. This is the main plan. Put the bishops and pawns in the opposing color, and the opponent's king cannot enter into the position. f3, e6. Black wants to push his pawns gradually. Eventually he wants to get e5, f5 and g5, all the 3 pawns. So he will get f6 and g5 perhaps. White played a4, which makes black's task easier. b6 check, king c4, kc6. Bishop f2, f6. White just plays a waiting game. Black has a simple plan. He will get a passer on the queen side, and then eventually the king will go to the king side and win pawns. Bishop e3, bd6, bd4, e5, be3, b5 check. A takes b5, a takes b5, kb3, kd5, bd2, f5, bishop c3, g5. If the white bishop would have remained on d2, then b7 and g5 would have come anyways. g4, one of the best chances. White wants to reduce the number of pawns. fg4, and now black wants to play the move e4 without allowing bf6. So he just plays the waiting move. Bishop c5. If bd2, be7, bc3, then e4, and the king goes and collects the g pawn as well. White went be1, e4, de4, king takes e4, bd2, bishop e3, be1, king f3. Black allows white to take the b pawn, but he will get the g pawn, and this bishop lacks space on this diagonal, so black's position is winning. This I have discussed in my topic of bishop endgames. kb4, king takes g4, king takes b5, kf3, king c4, g4, kd3, bishop f2, bishop a5, g3, bishop c7, g2. Black's plan is complete. The bishop has been forced to the short diagonal. Here the bishop cannot remain on h2 for very long. Black has two ways here. One, simply he could have done kg4, ke2, kh3, kf2, kh2. Black wins. And other, he just pulls his bishop away and waits. kd2, kg4, ke2, kh3, and white resigned. So black won the game quite convincingly because he traded the pieces at the right moment. I hope you will like the lesson. Thanks for your time.